my fellow English speakers. Today we are coming back for the review of Exotiik from Team Vitality. We've established the three pillars that Exotics might capitalize on, which are good shooting skills, good challenging, and maybe the third point is to confirm, right, today and tomorrow, about his information gathering. But maybe we've seen that, especially in trees, exotic will be, and that may be also a trouble on the Vitality Games plan. Um, Exotic will be often caught not off guard, but out of position, either too far or two-sided or whatever, but not doing the play that his teammate will do, which are Zen and Steezy, right? Steezy and Zen would be players that are really fast and most of the time at high speeds, when Exotic will be a little bit slower. Um, Weaknesses that he might have also is that about his mechanical options. I'm not saying that he have to be like Zen. All right, Zen is highly mechanical, and this is not the goal we want to give to Exotic to become Zen. Right, he is a player that has his gameplay, but maybe what we advise him is to get like an arsenal of three or more mechanical solution that he might use and masters, um, toward being more mechanical, because we've seen that he is not comfortable enough, like me in English, right? When it comes to playing mechanically, but he has a great bump awareness, that might also has to improve, because I assume that he knows when it is good to do it, but not when it's bad to go, or greedy to go for a demo. All right, so maybe that's a point he can work on. Also, a thing that we might consider is that Exotic will mostly play around patterns and theoretical stuff, right? That might be a strength for him. And to finish on this recap, maybe the point that Vitality might work on to get to reach new heights, like they are sorry, is to work around creating a real alchemy between the three players, because right now it feels like they don't really play around the strengths and weaknesses of Zen, Steezy, and Exotic. We will try to focus a little bit more on that part today, especially on the trees replays, right? That way, we could propose a real impact for Vitality. Please don't mind to post comments or to come directly on the Twitch streaming. That way, we could exchange. And if you find that what I said is interesting or not at all, you can tell me, as long as it's aiming to improvement, right? Rather than saying just scrap or whatever. So we were gonna do one choose mode, then one trees. Let's get on it. So Exotic is with Pisky against Cramox and Exta. Okay, maybe is Duke queuing with Pisky? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's dive in. Nice kickoff. Maybe the opponent wasn't good enough for the challenging parts of the kickoff. Alright, following Pisky. Not too close, not too far. That's great. Maybe he was a little bit surprised by the bounce on the backboard. But that's still good. He can reach the ball and do a solo setups. Okay, not bad. Not bad, but not the best, I guess. I don't know. Maybe he could have done go for a reset, but I'm not sure it would be really efficient to go for a reset before. So at the end, it's really a good play. Okay, we are 0, taking the big boost. Yeah, that's a thing he often does on trees, on a 3v3 situation, right? He tends to always be the last man, which work on twos because right now he has to give time to Pisky. That way Pisky could grab boost and get on the back of Exotiik. But be careful on trees because most of the time when he does it, it works, but there are few times where he should apply pressure rather than getting again on last man position, if I can say. All right, denying the pinch. Nice demo. Ooh, good flick. Good flick from Pisky. I don't know the elo of the opponent, but Pisky is something like 2k2 or something like this. I'm not a fan of this kickoff, but it worked. Wave dashing kickoff is not that efficient. Okay, be careful. Floating, that's really good defense. He has the reset. Great. Good stuff there. Good positioning because he doesn't go for the big boost. He just grabs few pads and stay on the play. That's really good. Okay, all the way down. Maybe you want to apply pressure, right? Not bad though. Yeah, a little bit naive right here because after the play of Pisky, maybe we could already go for the solo play. I mean, right here, maybe the opponent will go for the backboard, so why not? Even Exotiik can shoot. I'm not sure it will be viable, right? But that might produce something that is way better than just waiting for the bounce right here because Exta, we all knew that he will go either for the ball or for the demo right here, right? I mean, it would have been really terrible if Exta has gone for the demo on that play because Kramer's could just shot on the net, right? And Exotiik is not that fast, so it's an easy target for Ixta going for the bump. So it's a really risky situation for Exotiik to just wait. He has to play, in my opinion, right? I can be wrong, and you can also not be agree with me, but I think it's really dangerous to just wait for the ball or the bounce right here when we could have been first on the play, right? We see on the replay that Kramox is 0 boost, basically, so maybe he could have gone for the backboard play, double tapes, or whatever. Yeah, okay, no, why not? Yeah, coming back on defense. He's first. Okay. Not the best touch, but the decision making is really great. Maybe we would have wanted to scope for Pisky on the big boost or right straight from us, but it's still a good decision making right here. He tried to beat the opponent. Okay, we are seeing also it's not something he does in tree situation, but sometimes he's delocking, right? Where you don't have the eyes on the ball. Might be a little too long, too much long, sorry. Um, when he is in 2v2 ranked mode. So be careful about that. We want to get the information because right now Exotiik could not know what is happening. I mean, they can be on vocal, right, on Discord, TeamSpeak, or whatever, but sometimes we want to avoid having to do that when we can grab the information all alone, right? All right. Good patience, trying for the bump. Yeah, he will go all the way down again, putting him in out of position a little bit, but he managed to be there for the shots. Really good shots. Exotiik is really great on shooting, except sometimes you will say. But that's the point of what I was saying in the introduction, is that as Exotiik is not highly mechanical, when it is not on a good mood for shooting or simple plays, he has nothing left to play, right? So maybe that's a thing he want to consider working on that. That way, when he is not, let's say, perfect on shooting skills and things like this, he could do the balance and switch for something else, right? Not bad. Nice try. Ooh. Yeah, 0 boost. Trying to do the touch. Yeah, a bit slow, but still working. Nice. Positioning himself to get the pass. Yeah, not bad. Could have been better, but still not bad. Alright, 3 setups. Resits. Musty? No. Yeah. I mean, this one might have been, even if it's not perfect, right? But it might have been the best setups he has done since the beginning of the episodes, right? But still, it's a bit lucky because no one is rushing, no one applies pressure, and he barely does a thing right here. So I'm not a fan of these setups. The end of the setups, I mean. He could have done so much better, right? Basically, you give that to any GC2 freestylers, right? You know them. They will score or at least create a real danger out of the setups. But Exotiik cannot do that, which is, for me, in my opinion, one of his biggest weaknesses. Oh, they didn't understand each other. Jesus. 80, how much? 82? Yeah, 83. 83 boost to get about 50. I hope you understand what I meant when I say he's not really mechanical. Okay, nice try. Does he have the reset? No, I don't think so. Nice, I don't know how to say it in English, but coup de cam right here is trying to get the information on his back to see if there is an opponent challenging or rushing the balls. That's really great. Okay, catching. Okay, he does better with 30 than 80. That's awesome. He tried to be creative, which I like. Be careful though, because he only has 30 boost, right? So maybe playing with Pisky there would have been better. I mean, it's an option. It's a solution that Pisky just offers himself as a solution. We might want to use it, right? Because we are low on boost and we could not achieve a really great air dribbles or whatever we want to do. So maybe that would have been the best solution there. Still not bad. Okay. I mean, it's not risky. It's a little bit risky, to be honest. But we are 2-0, 40 seconds to go. I think it would have been better to just wait, right? Rather than rushing toward the corner. When we have Pisky being able to play again the ball and challenging his opponent. So I'm not sure of the play. Yeah, again, doing a solo to get 0 boost and no added value. Okay. Oh, close one. Close one. Still getting the goal. That's really great. So I will take note. Ooh, caps lock. Good shooting, challenging, low mechanical stuff. Far from the play most of the time, but he can know and also can do be close enough to be with his teammates, right? So that's pretty good. I think that was a great game. We have seen some creativity, but again, I think it is a bit lucky, right? Most of the time when he go for a solo play, he will fake and just get on the ground and try to either shot or do again a air dribble or whatever. But that's really simple, and I'm not saying simple is bad. I'm saying that it's too obvious that he will do that most of the time. So yeah, I think if opponents are really aware of Exotiik and how he plays, most of the time he will be dunked or whatever, but his play won't bring added value to the plays, to the situation, I mean. Okay, let's dive on trees and to see the game plan of Vitality. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And the game is against SSG. Okay, Vitality got really wrecked. I think it's 4-1 or something like this, but they didn't manage to be strong enough. It is the one game right here, so maybe that's dropped from SSG. I'm not sure of that. But so far, yeah, we have seen that maybe we ask player of Vitality to play a certain gameplay that is not what they want to do or what they are the best to do. So maybe we want to both way, either Exotiik to be quicker in a way, or Zenestizi to be slowlier, right? Because right now there is a difference between the three of us, and that results either on double committing on defense or to not being able to follow plays. And I will add that even if they are like this, they can manage to do passing plays and collective gameplay, but it's not uh, most of time it's just because of previous situation from the opponent rather than us putting the play on, if that makes sense. Yeah. grasping information on reveal to see if he got the bump or something like this. That's really great. Again, we directly see Exotiik is far away from playing the situation right here. I mean, that might be something they established between them, that Exotiik will always tends to be the last man, but sometimes we want we don't want one goalie and one striker and one, I don't know, passer or whatever. We want every player to be able to do multiple roles, if that makes sense. So we want Exotiik to be, let's say, 60% of the time last man. Okay, he will tend to be more comfortable or whatever, but we also want Stacey and Zen to be 20-20. That way the 100% it's matched and everyone could assume the role they should assume regarding the current situation, not the game plan, right? But right now we definitely know that Exotiik will most of the time be the last man, right? Okay, stay on the play. Why not? To be honest, I prefer that than going really far on the pitch. Alright, trying to aim for Zen. That's really great. Okay, Stizzy got the bump. Nice one. Nice one. Yesterday we have seen that sometimes Exotiik tend to not go for that play and let Stizzy goes. But at this point, Exotiik is the only one who could play in either bump or get to the ball, so that's really great that he has done that. And he did it really good, really well. Yeah. Oh my god, understable. The hesitation right here is totally understable, right? We don't know if Zen is going to bump, hit the ball, or Reveal gonna flick or whatever. So he is right to just wait and, let's say, hesitate on this. He took his time. Unfortunately, Stizzy didn't manage to score. That was close enough. Okay, for the passing plays. Yeah. I mean, it's... Hello, Fujisawa. I mean, don't get me wrong, it can happen to every players, and it will happen to every player, but when you are Exotiik, mostly bringing added value to your team with shooting and challenging, like we said before, that might be a great mistake to not shot on the net right here, right now, because that could have been okay. Stacey also missed, right, his previous shot, but it's not the only option that Stacey has when it's the only solution for Exotiik, right? If I could say, he only has his shooting skills, right? So when he is bad on it, or misplays, or misshoot, or whatever, that's really, let's say, annoying, right? Yeah, maybe if he shot it directly, the opponent could have it. I'm not sure of that. Maybe that was the plan. Okay. Maybe a bit slow to apply the pressure, but still, we managed to have a good 50. Oh. Okay, good job on Stizzies. Nice, trying to back pass. That's really good stuff. Yeah, I feel that Exotiik might be waiting. I will translate it. Sorry, because that's an important word. wait and see kind of behavior, right? He's not the one forcing plays, he's just the one waiting to see what will happen. That might be good, right? But we also want to do the opposite way. I mean, we want to know how to do it, even if we don't use it. Okay, the delocking took age. Yeah, again, it's a little bit wait and see. I hope you get what I meant, but we want to force him, right? Of course, Exotiik could not play the ball. Of course, he will be beaten, but sometimes we want to be beaten, right? And possibly getting the bump on reveal solo plays right here. But I know Exotiik won't do it most of the time, right? He's just in the behavior of waiting to see what will happen. And at this moment, that's not really good. He is the first man on the pitch, so he has to apply pressure. Why am I saying that? Because right here on this situation, Reveal already committed. Okay, nice job. We didn't have to commit to force him, but there will be a time where he won't be committed, right? Enough, and we will have to force him to do that. And again, it's a little bit slow considering that we are first man to just wait. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, to my teammate, I just got back on defense. All right. Yeah, a little bit too much. I mean, it doesn't have at all to slow down his speed right here. He is already beaten again by reveal, but just keep your momentum and go for, I don't know, last man demo or already turning back or whatever, but keep your speed up. But right now he just have slowed down, like he's surprised that reveal could just clear the ball. So he has to maybe play a little bit more on feeling rather than information when he's first man. Again, in my opinion. I might be wrong. Yeah, and you see, I mean, that's not terrible or bad in a way, but he hasn't done anything on the play to for them to get to score the play, right? So you could have been, I don't know, drinking some coffee and or just sleeping. It would have been the same. What did you bring to the play? Nothing, right? So right here, we maybe want to create space for Zen. I mean, getting the bump on Chronic is a little bit tricky, but I think at this level, we are talking about the best player on the world, right? Generally speaking. So, I mean, I don't care if you don't know how to do it, you have to learn to do it. Plus, I'm 90% sure that Zen has called the solo play. So if you have the call, okay, I'm going solo, Exotiik has to go for the demo, even if that doesn't work or whatever. Because right here, we just get on the zone. Okay, maybe I could do something, but we didn't do much. Oh, okay, nice one. The little mist from Stizzy. Yeah, again. I would like him to play a little bit quicker. Let's take ball chasing to say that. I will confirm if he is really slow or if I'm just tripping. Split one. No, it's not split one. It's my bad. Kickoff LAN, where it is. Copenhagen. Kickoff LAN SSG versus Vitality, and it's the second game. No, it's the third game. Let's see. Boost. 33 seconds, 41. I'm on use while supersonic, that's great. A lot of pads. Not too much of the overfill, but what I'm searching. Yeah, 53% of slow speed and 33% of boost speed. We might want to work on that. His average speed on the pitch, right? Supersonic speed is higher than I expected. 14%, something like this. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bullying him or whatever, but it feels like he's a little bit lost on the pitch. Okay, nice one. What's the plan, bro? Exotiik, c'est quoi le plan? Don't you see? Again, I'm not bullying. I'm just trying to be the most accurate possible, but oh, close one. Nice try. That's what I want to see more from Exotiik, by the way. Getting on the corner, defensive corner, trying to solo plays, resetting. Okay, there is a miss, but it's still better than most of things he has done so far. And yeah, we see him maybe too much, too often, getting on position he cannot play or won't play at all, so kind of unnecessary. Again, you see, he's just looking at the ball and he's getting beaten like this, right? Could come from there, I guess. Okay, nice one. The demo, okay, nice try. Okay, that was close. Okay, good one. Nice intervention from Stacey. Okay, to recap, guys. Yeah, I will take notes and then I do the recap, right? And after we are gonna do the last part in French before going to watch the FIFA E, right? Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, to recap, Intues and works on trees, right? And good at challenging shooting, but we have seen at the start of the game, when he doesn't have his peak on shooting skill, that might really be a trouble. So be careful about that. We want him to be not average, but to always be good at shootings in a way, because when he is not, he won't have many other solution to do, and that might be a really big problem for him and for his teammates. We have seen some creativity, so I how to say that, I encourage him to do it more often, right? Be careful because he is often far from the play, or he is too close and slow down. So we want to readjust how we do that. Maybe getting closer, or when he's uh, yeah, closer, or when he's too close, maybe keeping up the speed to reach a demo, or going back even quicker than he does right here, right now. Be careful because his solo play might be really obvious, especially in twos. In threes, that might be a little bit better, but in twos, it is really too much obvious. He's kinda in the wait and see behavior, which I don't really like most of time. We want to apply more pressure, be quicker when the plays needs it, right? So be careful about that. And he seems often a little bit lost on the play, and not being able to play the specific situation. Be really careful about that, because even if you are on the play, most of the time you don't bring added value to the situation, and let's say you could be a pad that won't change the situation. So that's a little bit bad in a way. That's it. That's it for today and for this English part. I hope you like it. We will do the last but not least part, which could be translated in English. If you click on the subtitle part on YouTube, come to the stream to see us doing the rushes and to speak about different gameplay at pro level scenes. And peace.